Hey guys, and welcome back to You're Not Broken. I am Travis Woodley. I am clinician and author of You're Not Broken, You're Unbalanced. Tonight we're going to dab into sleep just a little bit. Um, so, if you want better sleep, you want steadier energy, you want calmer hunger, let's start with our rhythms. All right, a fixed sleep window, morning light, and if practical, getting some grounding in while you're outside. Doing all these together, they're going to reset your body clock and they're going to reset it pretty quickly. So, why rhythms first? Well, there's two hormones that's going to set your daily tempo. Number one, cortisol during the day. Number two, melatonin at night. When their timing is right, metabolism, mood, appetite, recovery lineup, they all work better together. Now, when the timing drifts, everything's going to feel like it's harder. So let's develop our sleep window. And how are we going to do this? We're going to pick a time in the morning that we can wake up 7 days a week, even on the weekends, and then we're going to be consistent with it, and we're going to back that time up by 8 hours, and that's our bedtime. All right, now that is what's considered our sleep window. Now, with this, I want you to remember that consistency beats perfection. So if your bedtime or your wake time is going to shift a little bit, that's fine. Let's just keep that 8 hours. All right, that's what we want to be consistent with. Now, once we get up in the morning, we're going to anchor in with our morning light. All right, so within 30 minutes of waking, you want to get outside. You want to get direct sunlight for 5 to 10 minutes. Now, try to avoid the sunglasses if you can, because we want the real daylight to shine on us, because it's going to anchor in our cortisol in the morning. Then it's going to cue our melatonin up at night. Okay, so now if you're awake before the sun comes up, which a lot of us have to do that, that's fine. Just use some bright light indoors, and then step outside in the sunlight once the sun does rise. Okay. Now, when you're outside, we're gonna try to get some grounding in. So this is optional, but as long as it's safe and comfortable, staying barefoot out there on the grass, on the soil, on the sand, even unsealed concrete, and you want to be on there for 5 to 15 minutes. Now, many people that do this, they report that they feel calmer and more settled throughout the day, which then can support an easier wind down time at night. But just remember, if the surfaces are unsafe or the weather's bad or it's frozen outside, just keep your shoes on, because at the end of all this, it's the light that's the priority for right now. Okay. Now, what's the sleep and the hormone connection? Well, when you lock your rhythms in, you're going to notice a lot of things. All right. So you're going to have earlier cortisol peaks. So you're going to have fewer afternoon slumps. You're going to have on time melatonin release. So you're going to fall asleep faster. You're going to have deeper night sleeps. You're going to have better insulin sensitivity, which is going to give you, steadier energy throughout the day, fewer cravings. Then you're going to have calmer leptin and ghrelin. So your hunger is going to be more predictable. And then you're going to have smoother activation in the morning. So you're going to have easier mornings and more energy. Now, to do this, we got to have a proper wind down time. So what we want to do is 90 minutes, 90 minutes or so before bed, we want to start downshifting. All right, we want to dim our lights. We want to do the night shift on our screens, as far as our phones and everything. Um, and we want to develop a simple, repeatable routine. Something like stretching, breathing, reading on paper, not on our phones. Maybe a warm shower or a bath that's going to help our core cool down afterwards, which is then going to, nudge drowsiness for us. We should probably stop the caffeine 90 to 120 minutes before bedtime. I know that's kind of hard to do. I have a problem with that myself, but let's try to get that done. Now, if you do that and your sleep is still fragile, you may want to pull it back even further and make your cutoff for caffeine around noon. Okay, so let's have some practical steps on doing this. Days 1 through 3. Let's lock in your wake time. All right, get your morning light done. Um, Add in 5 to 15 minutes of grounding, as long as it's practical and safe. Um, and then we're going to work on our wind down times at night. Now, days 4 through 7, we're going to keep the same schedule, even on the weekends. Watch for early energy and fewer crashes. Gauge our progression there. And then days 8 through 10, if you still feel short on your sleep, you're not seeing the recovery that you're looking for, Move your bedtime back about 15 minutes earlier, and just make sure that you are consistent with that morning light every morning. All right, so that being said, I want to talk to you about maybe what we're going to go over with peptides in the future videos. That's going to help us with sleep as well. We're going to cover peptides such as like CJC 1295. That's going to cover or going to help with our deep sleep along with growth hormone production. Maybe some BPC 157 with KPV that's going to help with our gut issues that disturb our sleep. And then MOTC, which is, daytime mitochondrial tone, which will also cover, what they do and what they don't do. And then you can have a educated conversation with your clinician about starting these. So, okay, guys, I just want to thank you for tuning in today. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and please share this with everyone that you know. I'm going to have all the links in here in the comments to be able to purchase the book if you haven't already, and then follow us on Instagram and Facebook and whatnot. Please leave any questions that you have in the comments. Anything that you want to really dive deep into, do that as well. And as always, just remember this: you are not broken, you are out of balance, and your balance can be rebuilt. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.